The 29th United Nations Climate Change Summit, COP29 of 2024, has launched under the theme Investing in a Sustainable Planet for All, marking a key moment in global cooperation to tackle climate change. The summit gathers world leaders and environmental experts to dive into efforts in reducing carbon emissions and strengthening environmental protection.
The state of Kuwait participates, reaffirming its commitment to sustainability and supporting climate protection. The summit presents Kuwait with an opportunity to renew its role in global environmental efforts and advance local policies for a safer, healthier future. Here's more with Hadil Fahad.
On the day of the 2024 United Nations Climate Change Conference COP29, held in Baku, Azerbaijan, the world's attention turns to efforts aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions and enhancing environmental protection. The Climate Summit serves as a key platform for uniting nations and the stakeholders to address the environmental challenges facing our planet and intensify efforts to protect the global climate.
Basically, COP29, it incorporates a very large pool of decision makers and government leaders to help mitigate the climate change negative impacts on the environment. So, and that's mainly by reducing the carbon footprint and the greenhouse gas emissions. So there is a target to reduce the climate change by 1.5 degrees Celsius based on the Paris Climate Change Agreement. And they meet up on an annual basis to track the progress that has been made by the committing members to the agreement. And on that, there has been a meeting in Bonn for the Climate Change Conference, which was a preliminary meeting to help address these points and track the progress that has been achieved.
The COP29 Climate Summit provides a platform for international cooperation in addressing climate change challenges. Among the key themes discussed this year is the role of nations in enhancing environmental policies and reducing harmful emissions. The state of Kuwait is expected to play a role in implementing the conference's recommendations as it seeks to strengthen its environmental commitment and reduce negative impacts on the climate, making this summit an important opportunity to achieve practical steps toward a more sustainable environment.
The state of Kuwait has been implementing a number of projects in renewable energy to reduce the carbon footprint and the greenhouse gas emissions. And we in Kuwait have been also initiating a zero flaring program, which has been implemented by 100%, where we do not flare any associated gas in the normal operations of producing oil and gas in our oil fields. And we have been utilizing that gas in a more efficient way, which has reduced the greenhouse gas emissions that are as a result of flaring such associated gas. And we have been utilizing it in our power plants to increase our self-sufficiency in natural gas.
The commitment of nations to the recommendations of the Climate Summit represents a vital step toward a more sustainable environment, as the global and local cooperation is the primary key to achieving shared climate goals and safeguarding the future of coming generations. For Kuwait English News, Hadil Fahad.